Hello everyone, and welcome to Galaxy 89 Cars. Today, thanks to HWM Aston Martin, I'm bringing you an in-depth exterior and interior tour and exhaust video of this 2016 Aston Martin Vanquish Zagato Coupe. HWM Aston Martin currently have this, in addition to many of the high specification cars for sale, and all of their contact details can be found in the description of the video. The Aston Martin and Zagato partnership has existed since 1960 with the DB4 GT Zagato. It represents bespoke and iconic styling, mixed with enhanced power and exclusivity. This latest Zagato model follows in this tradition, being limited to just 99 models. Formed from a new extruded aluminium and carbon fibre body with full carbon panels, Zagato Coupe comes in at 4,759mm long, 434mm longer than the standard car, 2,107mm wide, 37mm wider, as tall at 1,294mm high, and weighs the same at 1,739kg, with a weight distribution of 51% to the front and 49% to the rear. Now moving to performance, we can unlatch the bonnet by pulling the lever found to the left of the passenger's footwell. Then moving around to the front, we can pull the catch under the new light bonnet before it can be raised up and self-supported on two struts. Zagato Coupe is powered by two region-dependent uprated versions of the engine found in the standard Vanquish, but we'll focus on the one found in the UK and Europe, a front mid-mounted, naturally aspirated 6-litre V12 that produces 592 brake horsepower and 630 Nm of torque. That's 24 brake horsepower more and the same torque as the standard Vanquish. This output produces a 0 to 62 mph or 100km/h time of 3.5 seconds, and a top speed of 201 mph or 295 km/h. That's a decrease of 0.2 seconds to 62 mph and the same top speed. When finished in the front, the bonnet can be easily pulled down and fixed below with a firm depress at the front. Here we find wheels exclusive to this model, these 20-inch front and rear 15-spoke satin black diamond tone alloy wheels. Braking comes from ventilated carbon ceramic discs at each corner, 398mm at the front and 360mm at the rear. Stability comes from revised front and rear independent double wishbones, both with coil springs, anti-roll bars and adaptive dampers that now offer a more dynamic driving experience. There's also a limited slip differential at the rear. Now we've finished the model overview, we can start the in-depth exterior tour from front to back. The front of Zagato Coupe starts with a similar carbon fibre splitter to the standard car, with two air intakes. There's a parking assist camera centrally, as the car doesn't come with parking sensors. The extended carbon around this intake in the standard car has been removed, and replaced by a much larger main intake above, with new circular Zagato daytime running lights on either side. The chrome horizontal grille has also been removed, and replaced by this gloss black Z-pattern Zagato grille. Moving up, the single bi-xenon headlamps with integrated LED daytime running light strips have remained, but the side indicators have been streamlined. Behind these, there's a new carbon fibre bonnet that holds the iconic rounded Zagato form and comes with extended carbon air outlets on either side. Continuing back, we come to the large windscreen that is framed by exposed carbon A-pillars and two wipers below. Above this is the iconic Zagato double bubble roof that can be seen in most Zagato models. We can now move to the lateral aspect of Zagato Coupe. The sides start with extended carbon fibre side skirts. Moving up, there are new fins that help to direct airflow around the side of the car. The doors above are made from a lightweight, cast magnesium construction. Above this, the side strakes remain, but the outlets they sat on have been removed. The side of the bonnet now also rolls over, complementing the form of the fin below. Moving back, the wing mirrors below are now more sleek, as they have been redesigned with inspiration taken from the 177. Along from these, we find the same integrated handles as before. Above, the top line of the window surrounds now runs straight back, instead of curving down to meet the bottom line. This creates a far more dynamic aesthetic and contrasts the smooth lines found elsewhere. This is complemented by the new, more flat descending roofline above. Moving down, the fuel tank flap sits over the left arch here. It can be unlocked and opened by using the button on the driver's side. Zagato Coupe has a fuel tank capacity of 78 litres, with the car returning a combined MPG of 19.6. Moving around, the straight, top line of the rear window in the standard Vanquish has been softened here, thanks to the double bubble above. The small LED brake light strip at the bottom is now better integrated thanks to the enhanced black surround here. To enable the rear of Zagato to flow better, the boot lid has been reduced to just a hatch, and so doesn't run over the edge as it did in the standard car. As the previous fixed wing has also been removed to continue the sleek aesthetic, there is a new active wing that deploys at over 60 miles per hour. Below and on either side, we find new Vulcan-inspired light blade rear light complexes that are shared with other Aston Martin Zagato models. These sit in new indentations in the body, with faux air vents above. The previously rounded rear of Vanquish now flows into this soft peak that runs into new lights. Moving down, the carbon rear bumper has now been extended and now encompasses the red plate holder and reversing camera that sits above. Below and on either side we come to the new dual exits from the quad exit valve-controlled sports exhaust. Below this, the cutouts that allow air to flow more freely out of the rear are now more sleek. Under the car, we find a small diffuser that helps to control and direct undercar airflow and enables Zagato's body to continue its flowing aesthetic. Let's hear how Vanquish Zagato Coupe sounds. Now we've finished the exterior in-depth tour, we can move inside. Zagato Coupe comes with the Glass Emotional Control Unit, or ECU, from the previous line of cars. It offers controls for unlock and lock, flash the lights, and to open the boot. Now moving inside, after using the integrated handles, the swan doors push out easily at 12 degrees. The interior of this car is presented in the standard monotone format, with pure black leather upholstery and spicy red contrast stitching and new Zagato quilting. We can now start the in-depth interior tour with the doors. The top of the doors is now upholstered in Alcantara in this car, as opposed to leather. The dual stitch runs almost the entire length and finishes with the first speaker from the 1000-watt 13-speaker Bang & Olufsen system. The panel below this is now covered by the standard Zagato stitching pattern. The leather upholstered armrest is below this with buttons for the interior lock controls, electric mirrors and windows, fuel cap and boot. Moving along the side of the armrest we find the door release with a large open storage area and second speaker. Now moving into the interior, the extended side skirt has an affected ingress and egress, which was a straightforward process. Zagato Coupe's sill starts with this commemorative sill plaque with model number. Leather upholstered manual handbrake to its left. Third speaker in the footwell, exterior light controls and the first manually adjustable air vent with shadow bronze inlay above. The steering wheel to the left is from the 177 and starts with a 12 o'clock marker made from stitching. Horn controls at the 10 and 2 positions. Call and volume controls to the left. Bronze anodized airbag ring centrally, and controls for cruise control and sport mode to the right, with paddle shifters behind for the car's 8-speed automatic transmission. To turn the car on, the ECU needs to be depressed into its port in the central column. The screens display their start sequences, and the tweeters rise up in the corners when this is done. The instrument cluster ahead offers Info 4 from left to right, Trip 1 and 2 displays, fuel level, warning light array, analog speedo with screen displaying speed and gear selected, gear display, screen for time and date and analog rev gauge, warning light array, engine temperature and button to cancel messages. Looking above this, the dash starts with the first B&O tweeter that has risen up. New Alcantara upholstery in contrast stitching runs around and takes us to the adjacent tweeter. Moving down, we come to the 6.5-inch infotainment display that runs Aston's AMI3 infotainment system. The first screen is for the rear and front park assist cameras with guidelines for reversing assistance. Vehicle status comes after for tyre pressure and temperatures, and power meter that displays real-time power and torque usage. The navigation display is next for GPS, the map, points of interest to navigate to a destination and destination country. Audio comes after for iPod and iPhone integration and device input via USB and the AM/FM radio. Then phone for Bluetooth connectivity, call history, contacts, keypad and messages. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come next, with settings for basic setup, including time and date, audio, language and appearance. Below the screen there are 2 further air vents integrated into the carbon herringbone finish central column. These are also surrounded by shadow bronze inlays. Under these we come to the drive mode selection buttons for park, reverse, ECU input, neutral and drive. Moving down we come to 2 button arrays. The one on the left starts with fan speed rotary with gold surround. front demist, air direction and passenger heated seat. The central rotary is for volume control, and the array to the right starts with a rotary for temperature, then AC, max front demist, rear demist and driver's heated seat. Below this, the large rotary is to navigate through the infotainment system, and under this there are two direct access control arrays. The one on the left is for source, radio and menu, and on the right, phone, back and navigation. Below these arrays there are 4 final items. Firstly, an Aston Martin pen, the hazard lights, traction control and launch control. As we are now moving away from the controls and screens, I decided to remove the ECU to save power. As the screen folds away, we can also get a view of the rear Zagato display. Moving back, we come to an open storage area and 2 open cup holders. Behind this, the magnetically secured lid of the dual armrest can be lifted up to reveal another storage area as well as the 12V and aux input and 2 USB inputs. This part of the central column runs back into the rear and separates the +2 rear seats with a single cup holder and open storage area above. On either side of this are the electrically adjustable and heated seats, with Zagato stitch and headrest embroidery. As in the standard Vanquish, all seat movement controls can be found to the respective side of the central column. To move into the rear, we need to depress the button found to the outside shoulder of the front seats and then pull them forward. The rear of Zagato Coupe is comprised of 2 seats separated by the central column. As this car is explicitly designed as a 2+2, this area might not be that usable for carrying passengers, but does enhance the car's storage capacity significantly. Just like with the front seats, these can have extended Z quilting if the Villa d'Este pack has been spec'd. Now we're finished in the rear, we can fix the seat back into its original position and move to the boot. The boot lid can be unlocked using the button found on the driver's side or that on the key. The shortened boot lid can easily be lifted up, revealing its carbon underside. If unchanged from the standard car, Zagato Coupe offers a boot capacity of 368 litres, but as mentioned before, this is enhanced greatly with the rear seats. Taking a closer look, this space is indented on either side with a shelf centrally. There's an umbrella, fire extinguisher and manuals below. Once finished in the boot, the lid can be pulled down and can be lifted to secure itself using its soft close feature. Moving back inside briefly, we can view the car's final few features. Looking up, the headliner here comes the optional graduated Zagato stitching. Looking ahead, there are slim sun visors on each side with vanity mirrors, and finally, the rearview mirror centrally. So that concludes my in-depth exterior and interior tour and exhaust video of this 2016 Aston Martin Vanquish Zagato Coupe that's for sale with HWM Aston Martin at the time of publishing. All of their contact details can be found in the description of the video. Please subscribe for the latest content, and until next time, thanks for watching.